Photojournalism.
Fundamentals of photography.
Is a little digital Photoshop class.
Documentary photography.
The history of photography.
The class with John is like a vacation through the history of everything that's ever existed.
The history of the photography was absolutely fascinating. To look back at the characters that made it up.
You really got to see like so many different photographers, and it was just cool kind of like looking at their photographs and hearing about how they got started and just so much information of how photography got started.
John knew how to grab it from the very beginning to the end, and you were just like in a movie the whole time, going from this photographer to that one, from the very beginning to the very end. It was great.
He's entertaining, which helps you to remember what he's teaching.
I think what separates John as an educator is his sense of humor and the way he connects with students. I think students really appreciate that. Sometimes there's a lot of material that we have to go through and it can get somewhat dry at times, but John's able to break it up with his sense of humor.
You're gonna laugh. If you're gonna be in class with John, you're gonna laugh. It's not gonna be a huge high pressure crock pot, you know, the oven's gonna boil over kind of place. It's just not. You're gonna laugh, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna live to see another day and shoot another photo.
His teaching skills, the way that he, you know, goes about it, and kind of his personality taps into like his teaching skills, and he's got that I don't care attitude, and he'll tell you, you know, point blank how something is, and he won't try to sugarcoat anything.
He talks to you like a human being, talks to you like an adult, and he just has a way of teaching that just kind of sinks in.
He really does put forth a lot of creativity. A lot of teachers focus on analytical type things, and not a lot of students relate to that, but the way he uses creativity to help students learn and figure things out.
He understands that while it might not be, while the assignments he gives, he may have an idea of what he's looking for. If the students go to a different place with that assignment, he's willing to say, okay, yeah, I get that. And say, oh yeah, I like what you did with that. That's actually, I didn't think of it that way, but that's a great idea.
He makes it okay to walk your own path and to be yourself.
John is probably more principled than anybody I've worked with in years, maybe ever. Sometimes gets him in trouble with the administration here. He's well known for rocking the boat when it needs to be rocked, where some wouldn't. Some just say, well, that's the way things are. John's not like that. He stands up for what he believes in, and I admire that.
I've worked with John for 6.5 years. I was here for 1.5 years as an adjunct, and then the last 5 years full-time. Little did I know that John would be the one breaking all the rules. He would be the one that you would go to if I wanted to know what I could get away with and what I needed to do. But yeah, I've still asked him for a lot of advice if he come up with a censorship issue in class, or a teaching issue. If I had something I didn't know to handle a situation in the classroom, or if we had an issue with administration or anything like that I wanted to deal with, he usually had really good advice based on his past experience, or he would give me a good idea to do something subversive for it. So
He's been a great mentor to me. So I've been somewhat new, or at least when I first came in, at teaching, and it was great to have John to give me pointers and even just to watch him in action. I learned a lot from working with John, and we'll probably still call him up from time to time for advice.
He's a very conscientious and serious person when he needs to be. Very good at what he does in terms of teaching, but he is also very clever wit and fast wit.
He has a good nature. He's one of the few people that I can really joke with, and he really gets, we have a similar sense of humor. We can really get each other. And again, it's a lot of it's trustworthiness and authority. I think he has experience, and I go to him and ask for advice on several things, and really a confidant. I really think, consider him to someone I can trust completely with any issues I need to deal with.
You develop a closeness with John. He is easy to understand in a class, and you get to know him. He's open in that respect, and he allows you to be open. He allows you to show yourself, and you're not afraid that you're going to be chastised. You're not afraid for, oh, well, that's terrible or something. So I think that's the best thing.
And you're really encouraged to, just take big chances, and with the assignments, or with John especially, they're left wide open, so you can really think through it and, be as creative as you can, and John really rewards that. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
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 Thank you, John.